Okay, so the Pistons do everything wrong here, not surprising. Isaiah Stewart on a stagger screen, you go under the first, over the second, and Jalen Duren has to be attached and show, okay? Or attached and switch. The Pistons do neither. Kevin Durant curls right into the lane, 2. What an awful team. Okay, Cade Cunningham does a nice job getting in the gaps, but what is Azar Thompson doing? You need to get out. Out! Why is Azar Thompson standing in the middle of nowhere? Cade Cunningham gets in the gaps. What are you doing? Well, you just What was that? So Eric Gordon's wide open, pump fake in the lane, too. Not how you box out if you're Jalen Duren. You got to use the lower half of your body. That drives Nurkic out. You're boxing out standing straight up. I got to drive the lower half of my body to move him out of the paint. You keep Nurkic in the paint, tap back right to Grayson Allen. Is Isaiah Stewart giving Kevin Durant this angle here? Look at his feet. You want to force him into help. Killian Hayes is right here. Force him this way. You let Kevin Durant go where there's no one to help. So he's just going to go right to the rim. Look at how many mistakes get made here in one play. Okay, first of all, Marcus Sasser should be up here ready to guard Durant because he's supposed to switch. And then Jalen Duren's supposed to be up and switching. Okay, stop. So Jalen Duren's late to switch. Now, what else is the mistake? Isaiah Stewart needs to rotate over here and get in the gaps. And Jalen Duren's got to force Kevin Durant into this help. I can stun, I can recover. That's like 15 mistakes on one play. Nice job. Again, count the mistakes. Isaiah Stewart's guarding out past the three-point line instead of dropping and being in the gaps here. That's mistake number 1. 2, Killian Hayes has got to get underneath immediately on the switch. Again, Isaiah Stewart should be here in the gaps, but Marvin Bagley's got to get up and switch. So none of those things happen, and now Eubanks is wide open on his roll to the rim. Okay, there's nothing to think about here. It's big to big on this switch. So Marvin Bagley's over here, Isaiah Stewart's under here, and we want to force Kevin Durant off this handoff into help. But Marvin, what are you waiting on this? Why is your hand on the screener still? Right to the rim, layup line. Okay, so this is this stupid, let's give up a 2-on-1 ball screen defense. Marvin Bagley's got to switch and Marcus Sasser's got to get underneath and start battling, okay? You have help right here in the gaps if you're Marvin Bagley defending Brandon Goodwin right here. You can force him right here in the gaps, and Marcus Sasser also, when he switches, is in the gaps. But instead, this is not Marvin Bagley's fault. It's the fact you put him in a 2-on-1 situation on an island. It's horrendous coaching. Slide your feet if you're Killian Hayes. Why are you gambling at half court? You gamble right there, don't get it. Boom, Okogie's in the lane. Down screen, Jalen Duren's got to get attached. I'm either attached and showing so Eric Gordon can't curl, or I'm attached and we're just going to switch. Jalen Duren does nothing, so you allow Eric Gordon to curl right off the screen into the lane for 2. Marcus Sasser, you're rotating the ball. That's good, all right? But I got to have my feet set in a defensive stance. As soon as this dribble gets picked up, right now, stop. The dribble's picked up. This is the problem with you not being in a defensive stance right now. Now I'm flying out to the perimeter to get to Eric Gordon. Flying out. But look at how long, you haven't even moved. Horrible gamble again by Killian Hayes. First of all, I'm keeping my back to the baseline right here, okay? I'm not coming... Stop. I'm remaining in the gaps right here with my back to the baseline ready to guard Eric Gordon. Instead, you come out gambling, your back was to the ball, and now Eric Gordon can just get it and go. Just, again, what is Killian Hayes doing? Just get out and guard. Why are you gambling like this? First of all, in transition here, stop. Why is Isaiah Stewart not sprinting back? Look, why is the ball getting ahead of him right here? That's laziness. Stop. And then you got to get over here again, right? You're rotating the ball, but your feet are going to be set with your back to the baseline. And the dribble's picked up right now. So I should be flying out anyways to the three-point line. But again, you're not moving in time. You gotta switch. You're in your stupid drop coverage, but when Yuta Watanabe sets a second ball screen on Jalen Duren dropping, this has to be a switch. It has to be a switch. And then Jalen Duren takes Yuta Watanabe. This has to be a switch. Do the Pistons switch? Again, where is Jalen Duren on this switch? I'm up. Now, again, you gotta drop here and be in the gaps. Cade Cunningham's here in the gaps. But what? Down screen. You can't be on it. What do the Pistons do in practice? This is a down screen. Jalen Duren's got to be attached and show or switch. But you can't let Kevin Durant curl. That's where you would show. Nice job, coaches. Wide open 3. Killian Hayes is late getting over on this down screen. This has to be a switch. Now, Killian Hayes needs to communicate this, but Jalen Duren's got to get up here. And then you got to drop and immediately be in the gaps on Kevin Durant, right? But let's see what, the Pistons start switching. But you can't just like say, never mind, let's switch back. And you're Azar Thompson, you're rotating the ball, but my feet are set, I'm in a defensive stance. Look at Azar Thompson, your feet aren't set, look at your feet. You're moving towards the ball, look at your feet, moving towards the ball as Kevin Durant just picked his dribble up and is about to kick it out. This is a great double team. It's a mismatch down low. But when Jalen Duren comes here to double, like Isaiah Stewart, as he's coming down, has to rotate, right? And then you got to rotate here, and then Jalen Duren will come to the weak side of the floor. Jalen Duren goes to double. What is Isaiah Stewart doing? Not lean towards the screen. It's big to big. You're just going to switch it anyways. So just guard, and then you get underneath. But you got Isaiah Stewart leaning towards the screen for I don't know what reason. Now Kevin Durant refuses it and is open. Cannot allow the Suns to isolate Kevin Durant on Jalen Duren. Isaiah Stewart's got to get down here and double. Now, Cade Cunningham and Killian Hayes need to be up here because they would rotate this way, okay, then Isaiah Stewart's going to put you to the corner. You're going to leave Jalen Duren guarding one-on-one Kevin Durant, really? Okay, you are switching on to Kevin Durant. Surely Marvin Bagley needs to get up here on this switch, okay? And then you got to get underneath, and we have the gaps closed right here. But if you're not up on this switch, I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant can shoot. I just casually asked the question, what do the Pistons coaches do? So Azar Thompson comes to double. Isaiah Stewart has to immediately be ready up. First of all, he should be up the line already, and then boom, we're rotating. And Azar Thompson comes to the weak side of the floor. Cade Cunningham would rotate up here. Let's see if the Pistons do that. Okay, not even close. Not backpedal on Kevin Durant. Now, you're giving Kevin Durant this angle. That's good because Killian Hayes is right here in the gaps. So Isaiah Stewart needs to get up and force Kevin Durant where he has help. I can stunt. I can recover. You keep backpedaling on Kevin Durant. What exactly do you think is going to happen when you do that? Terrible switch. It's why you're thinking about it. There's no thinking, okay? It's just boom, auto switch. Auto switch. When you think, you talk, you communicate. Well, now two people go to the ball. It's the Pistons do switch. Now, Killian Hayes needs to immediately get underneath and take Eubanks here. But why is Cade Cunningham, who's not a part of this, stay with Yuta Watanabe? What is Cade? So now no one goes to Watanabe. Rip and go for two. If Killian Hayes is going under the screen, you got to go all the way under the screen. You cannot make contact with the screener like you just did, because now Eric Gordon's going to get on the other side about an hour ahead of you. Right to the rim, collapse the defense, open three. Stagger screen, you got to go under the first, over the second. You're Killian Hayes and you go over the first right here. Well, now, first of all, you'd have no chance of getting over the second, but now Grayson Allen's just going to curl right into a layup. There's a mismatch down low. Eubanks, Azar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart's got to come double, and then again, you're just rotating, you're rotating, you're rotating. You can't leave Azar Thompson guarding in the post against a center. So the Pistons are just out of nowhere just going to trap Eric Gordon. Well, if that's going to be the case, then Cade Cunningham's got to get over here. You're not worried about two passes away when you trap. But once this pass gets made, stop. There's no rotation. So what's the point of trapping?